Welcome again to The Other Side. I'm Wesley, this is my co-host Will. Today we'll be talking about video game bosses. In today's day and age of gaming, it almost seems like games are designed for the player to just simply experience them, go through them, and walk away with a feeling of accomplishment. That's not the games we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the game bosses that beat your ass without mercy. These are our personal top 10 controller break-in, wanna throw something at the TV screen game bosses. And we'll start off with number 10. Zeus from God of War 2. This is not a difficult boss traditionally. He's actually pretty easy to fight. But when you come to the end of this fight, you're faced with a multiple tier quick time event that if you fail one button press, you die. It's not the boss recovers, he gets a little health back, and you go back to fighting. Nope, it's instant death for one mistake, and it's the sole reason I absolutely hate quick time events and this boss.
Number 9 for me, I don't play as many video games as I used to, but Ultimecia from Final Fantasy VIII. You have to go through hell to get to this woman, and when she makes her final transformation and she nails you with, it doesn't matter how many hit points you get, you're going down to just a few hundred. I can't remember if it was like 90% of what you have, whatever. It's ridiculous, and I have to cheat and use hero and everything else against her, but she was probably the most frustrating.
Yes.
I listened to the Death song quite a bit.
Yes, and also a boss that even if you perform flawlessly, hit Lionheart several times, takes at least half an hour to beat. I mean, it is just an insane boss fight.
Oh, number 8. This is really old school for the regular NES in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video game. When you get to Shredder, he runs around with a little laser blaster, and anytime he shoots your character, you shrink into a little turtle, and you die.
Yep, nice one-hit insta-kill, jumps around like a crackhead. Number 7, The Undertaker from WWE 14, Defeat the Streak. This guy is on steroids when you face him in this game. He counters like an MFer. He hits you with his finisher over and over again. The only way you can beat him, or the only way I can beat him, is to lure him outside the ring and beat him with a chair until he can barely stand. It is a great representation of The Undertaker, the dead man at WrestleMania, and he's a pain in the ass.
Still waiting for my Undertaker versus Sting.
Number 6, Ilana the Squalid Queen from Dark Souls 2. I absolutely hate this woman. I absolutely hate her. She is a good example to me of artificial difficulty, but she still qualifies as difficulty. During the fight, she has the ability to summon. Sometimes she'll summon skeletons. They're not that hard to deal with. They're a little annoying, but that's about it. But on more often than not, she summons Velstad, another boss from earlier in the game that will attack you without mercy. Having to contend with both of them is very difficult. And the worst part is, the only reason for other Dark Souls fans out there that I put her over Ornstein and Smough is when you face Ornstein and Smough in Dark Souls 1, you get a very capable NPC player that can help you. But for the Squalid Queen, if you don't have online help, you can have one heck of a hard time with her. At least I did.
Number 5, Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2, actually. The only person I was able to beat him with was Scorpion, and it's the same move over and over again, and then I, high kick, maybe you get this come here spear a couple times. Other than that, he was just a pain in the butt. But by number 3, you expect him to be as hard, and I don't know if it was because he constantly, when he beats you, he says, "You suck," but you try a lot harder, because it just seemed like I whooped his ass in number 3, so...
Yeah, Shao Kahn, definitely. Cheat boss.
Number 4 for me, another glitchy, cheap way of fighting someone would be in the Adventures of Link, Dark Link. And you run into this room, you're in the final castle, you run into the room, and then you end up having to fight your split personality, your dark self, Dark Link. And the only way I can beat him is to just crouch down in the corner, and that's it. He blocks everything else, and so you're sitting... just low, stabbing him really low. And then he's just as cheap in the Ocarina of Time. You gotta fight him again there, too.
Yes, a good example of a mid-level boss that's tougher than the actual boss of the Water Temple.
If you love Zelda and you haven't played those two, you gotta play it and check out Dark Link. 3, some people might laugh at this one, but for me it was the GameCube Smash Brothers, where you gotta take on 2 Master Hands, and you're just in the middle trying to survive, and they're smashing you, and it was just ridiculous. It's mayhem, and it took a long time for me. Maybe some other people had it easy. I know some people would like to use Bowser and spin around, or Anyways, that was a really hard one for me.
Yeah. Number 2, going back to Dark Souls 2 again, the Fume Knight. This son of a bitch. I hate this boss. He beats you without mercy, without apology. Some people find him easy. I've seen YouTube videos where people can beat him without taking a hit. I'm not one of those guys. I absolutely hate him. He's unpredictable. Uses 2 swords at the beginning and then a very overpowered greatsword halfway through the fight. I absolutely hate him. I cringe every time I have to go face him. And he gets harder each subsequent time you face him in the game. And yeah, he's a living nightmare. And my personal number 1, the Ruby Weapon.
1.
Yes, the
Final
Ruby
Fantasy
Weapon from
7.
Final Fantasy VII. Granted, he's an optional boss. You don't have to face him. But
you're awesome if you beat him.
Exactly. But this boss insta-kills 2 of your party members the minute the fight starts. He has high HP, he hits hard, and he counters the all-powerful Knights of the Round with Ultima, effectively almost killing your party then. I absolutely hate this thing. The Emerald Weapon is tough too, but
I'd like to know how many people actually beat the Ruby Weapon.
I don't know, but
Did you ever beat it?
No, I never beat the Ruby Weapon. I fought him a million times because I thought you did not beat it.
I beat it.
I fought him a bunch because I was under the impression, under an old rumor, that if you could kill the Ruby Weapon, you got an item that would help you revive Ares. So I fought him time after time after time, and never even came close to beating him. It's the saddest thing in the world.
I guess you're not as good a gamer as me.
No, I guess I'm not. Now, that's...
on easy.
Well, that's our top 10 list. If you agree, disagree, if there's any that you struggled with, or any advice on how to beat the Ruby Weapon, please post that comment. I'm really curious.
Could use the help.
I really could.
It's up, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Sorry.
Anyway,
that's it for our episode.
Yeah, that's our show. Good top 10 list. Son of a bitch. Now when you wake up, you can tell me how you got those scars, you crazy son of a bitch. I'm Wesley, he's unconscious. See you on the other side.
Take me to the other side.